I was diagnosed with MS a little bit over 30 years ago. And in my early years, it was relapsing remitting. So that meant I would have symptoms and then the symptoms would go away. And after about 10 years of that, it started not going away anymore. And that's when it becomes progressive. The hardest part of my MS diagnosis, not so much the diagnosis per se, but as far as the progression of the disease, is that I would get accustomed to the current state of my physical limitations, and then they would change. I think the emotional process of MS is as difficult, if not more difficult, than the physical part of MS. In a society where everything you see in the world is being young and beautiful and healthy, and suddenly in my 30s and my 40s, I was the only one out there pushing a walker. As my MS has progressed, I've had to make adaptations in my life that most people don't have to make. And I've chosen to make those adaptations because it's how I'm going to keep living my life to the fullest. In addition to me making adaptations for my life, my husband has to make adaptations for his life also. Our big project that we're working on right now is remodeling our house. We bought a fixer-upper with the total intent of making it all accessible. And we're in the process of doing that right now. It means that I'm going to be independent. I mean, that's the word I use over and over again for the removal of barriers, is that I am able to be independent and live my life like everybody else lives their lives. Chip and I are pretty social, so a lot of our days include some kind of a social activity. When I made the transition from a scooter to a wheelchair, it was huge. I said, if I'm going to get a wheelchair, I want one of those that elevates. There's a world of conversation going on up there that now I can join. I can elevate and I can be at eye level with people. I'm not isolated in social environments anymore. It's so inclusive. It makes me feel part of the party again. Chip and I like having fun. We travel a lot. We do travel, and businesses that have accessibility tend to not market the accessibility. So I did a lot of research, and I started a travel blog because I wanted other people to know that it's possible with a physical disability. You still have a lot of joy and adventure in front of you, and that it's totally doable. My biggest realization is that there is life after an MS diagnosis. My MS hasn't stopped me from doing what I want to do. And I would say even now that it is progressive, I have a positive attitude. It's a learning experience, and it's an experience that you just have to keep adapting to.